love music, live sport with Liz Clark on Rock Sport Radio.
Yesterday, the SPFL broke new ground with the inclusion of English teams in the Iron Brew Cup for the first time. Now, I've got to say, it's had a lot of people sort of scratching their heads and thinking, you know, where are this team, where are that team? And arguably, one of the ties of the round sees National League side Boreham Wood host Dunfermline Athletic. Now, I'll tell you what, there's been a few questions on that one, but I'm delighted to say I'm joined now on the line by Dunfermline Athletic Chairman Ross McArthur. Ross, thanks so much for joining us here on Rock Sport Radio.
No problem, Liz. Delighted to come on.
It's good to speak to you, Ross, and I know Fridays are busy. I know every day is busy for you as Chairman of Dunfermline, but I know Fridays are particularly busy. But first of all, your thoughts, Ross. What did you make of the draw when you first saw it?
I'm being honest, it wasn't the draw that we were looking for, particularly after being up to Inverness in the previous round. So I think we've spanned virtually the whole of the UK. It's far from ideal. It is going to be a logistical nightmare to actually get there, but it is what it is, and we've just got to get on with it. Again, obviously I don't want to be disrespectful to the tournament or disrespectful to Iron Brew, the sponsors, but it's going to cause us a lot of difficulty.
Yeah, I can just imagine, start to imagine. Do you know anything about them? I mean, I know obviously, you know, Boreham Wood, as soon as we saw it, we thought, what is this?
Yeah, I do know obviously that they were in the playoff actually to get up to League Two. I think they got to the final and got beat by Tranmere. And having got the map out yesterday, they played just literally north of London, and that in itself is another issue because England are playing at Wembley the same day. So you know, trying to get different things sorted out was is going to be a challenge. I mean, at the moment, we're trying to look at, the first thing is we're trying to establish with the SPFL when the game is going to be played.
Right.
Because I don't yet know whether it'll be the Saturday or the Sunday, and we don't know if it's going to be televised as well, so that might change the kick-off. Ideally, I would want the kick-off to be brought back to Saturday lunchtime, which gives us a fighting chance of actually getting down there and getting back home on the same day, because I don't want to be spending money towards 2 nights accommodation. One's going to be bad enough. So there's a lot of things at this moment that I'm trying to get on and do, but I can't until I know when the game's going to get played. Yep,
I can just imagine that. You're talking there about the expense, you know, and the clubs, you know, having to pay out for this. Is there a contribution from the SPFL to the travelling cost, Ross?
There is. I mean, in the past, obviously, it's just been Irish and Welsh teams, and there's a set contribution if you travel down to Wales, or if there's a higher contribution if you travel over the Irish Sea. So there is a contribution to go down to any of the English teams who've obviously come into the competition the first time this year. Right. If I'm being honest, Liz, it's not going to get anywhere near what our expenses are going to be.
I can just imagine, you know, that was the thoughts yesterday when you saw some of these ties and what they'd thrown up, you know, how the SPFL were going to deal with it with the clubs. What's your thoughts in general, Ross, on the whole competition and you know, this sort of thing that it's thrown up? Well,
again, I think, as I say, I've you know, obviously, I've got, as I say, to be respectful. The fact that Iron Brew have obviously contributed money to sponsor the tournament, and obviously we're also conscious that a lot of clubs will play younger players in the competition as well, which we did, to be fair, on Tuesday night, and the young boys did really well up at Inverness. But it's then thinking the logistics of even getting up to Inverness or Ross County is bad enough, but then to actually think that you're having to travel all the way down to effectively London. From memory, I think when we were told that the English clubs were coming in, that we were told that they would be further north. Clearly Boreham Wood and Sutton aren't. They're pretty far south, but they were two of the highest placed clubs in the conference. So I think that was one of the reasons that they came in. So yeah, it's listen, it's not without its challenges, and it's not really the draw that we were after. But again, it's easy for me to come on and be critical. And the thing is that I think sometimes in football there's too much of that. People might be critical of me, which they are, as chairman of Dunfermline Athletic, or they're critical of this person or that. And it is easy to criticise sometimes, but you're dealt the hand, and you've just got to get on with it and make the best of it. And that's what we're trying to do. But as I said earlier, it isn't going to be without its challenges. I can imagine. And I think that's the attitude you've got to take, isn't it? There's nothing else that can be done, only to get on with it. And I can hear, from what you're saying, that it's got all these issues that you're going to have to deal with, and you're not going to be able to deal with them until things are a bit clearer. So it is right. Unbelievable. You mentioned there about the young boys, and a lot of the teams doing that, playing the younger teams, and the Colts and things been involved in it. What do you think with this one, Ross? I know this is obviously something that you'll talk to Alan about, and that the decision will be there, but would you be expecting a full strength team down there, or is that something again that's got to be looked at? Well, you're quite right. That's another dilemma that we face, because obviously we did take the view that this season that we would give the younger players an opportunity to play in this competition, which a lot of the other clubs have done. But let's be honest with you, you're looking at this and thinking, well, obviously Boreham Wood will be a pretty high standard compared to this, will be a good standard compared to the Scottish Championship, and it's England-Scotland, isn't it?
Yes.
So that always comes to the back of your mind as well, and that you want to put out as good a team or as competitive team as you can. But so we don't really know. The other problem that we've got, Liz, is that we've actually got a reserve game already booked in the diary for the 10th of September.
Oh my goodness!
That day or 2 days later. So. It's never easy. It's never easy.
You seriously couldn't make it all up, Ross, could you?
No.
But going back to the Scotland-England thing, isn't it right that Dunfermline have never been beaten by an English team? Isn't that a fact?
Yes, certainly in a proper competitive match. I'm just sitting here in the boardroom at East End Park as I'm speaking to you, and I'm looking at Everton and West Brom, who they've obviously who were two really strong sides in the 60s that we beat. That's right. Which is it's an unbelievable record, actually, when you think about it.
Oh, it's just incredible. You need to bear that in mind when you're having discussions about what's going to go on down
the
there.
Team selection, that's right.
For that game, totally. I mean, honestly, Ross, talking to you, I'm just getting the sense of everything that this is thrown up for you on top of everything else. But moving away from the Iron Brew Cup, what's your ambitions this coming season? As if I didn't know, but what are the ambitions for this year?
Well, I'm sure you do know, but yeah. But no, at the end of the day, the championship this year is going to be really, really competitive. There's probably 6 or 7 clubs at the moment who are probably thinking that they can be promoted. So we obviously want to be up challenging at the top end of the table as we were last season, and hopefully we can get a wee bit better luck, because I felt, particularly towards the end of last season, we were a bit really unlucky. But we had a bad period during the season, and that's what we want to eradicate. But it's a unforgiving league, as we've already seen. We had a great result first game of the season up at Paradise, and then we had a disappointing result last week. But you are going to have periods during the season where you're maybe going to lose, a couple of games on the bounce, and you just got to be resilient to be able to recover the next week.
Absolutely.
So we think we've recruited well. We've got a good squad, and we certainly want to give it a good bash, and want to be up there challenging. That's for sure. But as I say, there's 6 or 7 clubs who're probably all thinking the same. Yeah, I can imagine us. And kicking off tomorrow, I'm talking about all the chairman's woes and what chairmen have to. But you'll be looking forward to tomorrow, I've got to say, because Hearts coming, and they've sold out the away stand, haven't they? Yeah, I mean, we're anticipating that there'll probably be 8,000 or 9,000 crowd tomorrow, which is great, because it's great to see the stadium full. As you know, as we get really good home support most weeks, and unfortunately we don't see big away attendances too often at East End Park, so it'd be great to see the stadium bouncing again, and I always think when the stadium's full at East End Park, it's a great atmosphere.
Oh, it is. It's unbelievable. I'm looking forward to it, Ross. I'll maybe catch up with you there tomorrow at some point. But listen, thanks so much for coming on to talk to us about that. And I think you've let us understand the issues and the problems that you're having to face with this whole Iron Brew Cup draw. But as I say, that's not the only thing for a chairman. You've got the whole season in front of you, Ross.
Yeah, that's right. I know the joys, but you just, as I say, Liz, you've just got to be philosophical about it. You can't change what it is. You just got to get on and make the best of it and remain positive. Brilliant.
Ross, thanks so much for joining me, and as I say, I'll maybe catch up with you tomorrow.
Okay, no problem. Okay,
thanks,
nice
Ross.
To speak to you.
Andrew,
Bye-bye.
speak to you soon. Thanks
Bye.
very much. Ross McArthur, the chairman of Dunfermline Athletic. Great of him to come on and speak to us, because I know just how busy they are there on a Friday. I'm sure all football chairmen are the same. But interesting to hear his views on this whole Iron Brew Cup thing, and to get his views on everything that's going on at East End Park there with Dunfermline. And looking forward to that full house tomorrow.
Love music, live sport with Liz Clark on Rock Sport Radio.